for all of us 80s babies, it has been a harsh run for us over the last 5 years. I have in my hands my Green Ranger Power Rangers helmet, worn by the big homie Jason David Frank, who came on the scene in the Power Rangers and set the show ablaze. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he tragically died this past weekend via suicide. And I don't think that we as a society, especially men, address the fact that everybody walking this planet needs a little bit of help at some point in time. And just because you, as a man, go and get help doesn't make you weak. It actually makes you strong. It makes you really understand that, hey, if I'm supposed to be a strong leader, a strong male, then I need to recognize when there's an issue that needs expertise outside of my purview. And that's what I feel like a lot of men are doing. Hold on, let me get somebody in this conversation who knows a little bit about psychology as much as I do. Ladies and gentlemen, to the panel, we bring the sister Monique Nicole. How you doing, Monique Nicole?
What's up, Lamont? Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. I'm sad, Monique. I'm sad.
I know. I mean, that's my childhood. So I was really sad.
Oh, Monique, mine too. I mean, I used to go to school after watching Power Rangers in the morning. Okay. I used to come home and watch Power Rangers. And I can remember when the show was starting to get a little slow, they dropped in this dude right here. And man, he was kicking ass and taking names. And I'm very sad to see what has happened to him. We're going to break it down in just a second. Yes. Let's get J Mo in the building. What's going on, Big J?
What's up? What's up? I see you got your fallen homie over there, huh?
It's so sad, man. It's so sad. Hi, El. You always come in here.
How you doing?
Always come in here trying to smile at everybody. You want your 5 minutes of fame? Get your 5 minutes of fame.
Hey, El.
She said, "Hey, El, you gonna wave at her?"
Boy, they grow up fast.
Oh,
who you telling? Jay, I didn't even have her when I met you. No, yes, I did.
You just had her.
Just had her.
Yeah, just had her. Look at how she just ready to play too. Did you already have that helmet?
So no, I've had it for about a year now. My homeboy, me and him, we exchange nerd gifts with each other. So a lot of the stuff you see behind me comes from my homeboy who we exchange, like I said, we exchange nerd gifts. I even have the Green Ranger shirt behind me. And so he hit me today and said, why don't I put on the whole outfit? I said, I ain't gonna do all that. But I will let people know that I've been a fan. I do live through my 90s and my 80s, and I wanted to see what you guys thought in recognition of what has been going on with some of our heroes. Mm-hmm. And let me give a big shout out to the homie who coming through, Will Lawrence with the super chat. Power Rangers as a kid, I salute the OG Ranger. Yeah, man. Let me give you guys some videos. Then we're going to talk about the issues that led to him killing himself. You guys are big experts on the whole issue of suicide and what it entails. And you have two men up here who aren't afraid to say when you need to get help. And we'll break down what are some of the barriers for why other men aren't seeking help. But first, let's take a look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're an 80s baby, 70s baby, 90s baby too, you cannot forget when this used to hit the scenes in the morning when this brother first popped up. You're finished.
Jason David Frank, best known for his role as the Green Power Ranger in the hit 90s superhero series, has died at 49 years old. Frank's rep, Justine Hunt, confirms the news of the actor's passing to People on Sunday, November 20th, saying, quote, "Unfortunately, it is true. Please respect the privacy of his family and friends during this horrible time as we come to terms with the loss of such a wonderful human being. He loved his family, friends, and fans very much. He will truly be missed." Frank's cause of death has not been confirmed. Jason rose to fame playing Tommy Oliver, the bad-turned-good Green Ranger in Season 1 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Following his debut in 1993, Jason took on more than just the role of the Green Power Ranger. During the 90s, Jason also starred on Family Matters and Sweet Valley High. The actor's most recent on-screen projects were the films Underdogs Rising, which is yet to be released, and Legend of the White Dragon, which is still in production. Frank's co-star, Walter Jones, who played Zach Taylor on the original series, paid tribute to Jason on Instagram by writing, quote, "Can't believe it. R.I.P. Jason David Frank. My heart is sad to have lost another member of our special family."
Damn. So, Monique Nicole, do you feel like our society is at a point where we are going to start taking mental health a little bit more serious? And what were some of your best memories of David Frank, if it wasn't outside of Power Rangers?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen a shift over the last 4 years, definitely the last 3 years for sure. Mental health has definitely been at the forefront of conversations. School, work, I worked in mental health for roughly 3 years. So I was around it, nonstop. But I am happy where we're going society-wise as far as us being more open with the dialogue. I mean, 10 years ago, we were not talking about mental health 10 years ago. So we've definitely made a stride, on the right path. And I'm happy to see that. I really am. I mean, again, when I was working at the counseling center, I would applaud parents that were bringing in their kids. They weren't ashamed to do it. We saw everything from a 3-year-old to people in their 80s and 90s. Like we saw everything. So I'm a big mental health advocate. And I'm just really sad that this is how he passed away. It hurts when you lose someone, but especially losing someone like this, it just stings a little bit differently. And I'm trying not to get emotional because life is hard. Mm-hmm. Life is hard. And
that's the only guarantee in life.
Yeah. I mean, we all just try to take it day by day. And,
right. It's all right, my sister. It's all right. It's all right.
We've all had our struggles, and it's just when you see someone go out like that, you feel for them. You feel for their family. They're leaving family behind and loved ones behind, and may God give them some type of peace. It might not happen anytime soon, but I pray they have peace at some point, someday, because it's,
It's tough. Yeah. I appreciate that the emotion and the heartfelt words coming from Monique, who has obviously had to deal with this and has been around it, and you can just see the emotion coming by. It bothers me too, because I've worked around the field as well. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go to Jay, but before I get to Jay, let me let in Nita the Diva is in the building. How you doing down there, Miss Nita?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Well, by the way, both of y'all's hair is right. Mo got that natural essence going. Nita got that red Kool-Aid thing going. Y'all, boy, that stuff looking good to me, boy. Y'all is right over there. I just want to let y'all know that. Okay?
Thank
all right. Yeah, I like that. So, Nita, we're talking about the death of Jason David Frank. He played the Green Ranger. I'll let you get in as soon as Jay says what he got to say, because I'm interested to hear Jay. Jay, everybody goes through something where they could use counseling. You've had some issues in your life that some people would have said, I'm done with life. I'm done with life. And you said, the hell with that. I'm getting through it. So how do you feel where are men at nowadays in being able to actually admit that we need to go get some professional counseling from mental health? And what was your fondest memories of Jason David Frank?
All right. Well, unfortunately, as far as the Power Rangers, I never watched that. Like when it was out, I was in high school, and so I was born in 1978, so it came out like right when I was in high school. I think 93 I was in high school. It finished in 96. I was graduating, so I was like trying to power some as you say, panty draws.
Hey, Jay.
But I was trying to get into some dyke.
Hey, Jay, some of them was green too. Hey, don't discriminate.
I wouldn't even know. I missed it. But but as far as just a person in general and going through stuff, you know what I mean? It's crazy. I worked in the group home for 7 years myself, and I met all kind of people, from people that didn't have issues from one accident and all kind of things going on, and people born with issues and all kind of stuff in between, and so it's just, man, it's no one way, you know, to solve everybody's things, you know, or say, but if a person is dealing with something, then they should, if they need help, deal with that. I mean, there's different people, different backgrounds, and I don't know, you know, how it may all work for, you know, different people for their motivations, or maybe their motivations change at different points in life, you know. As far as counseling, I can't really speak too much about that, as far as I've never been to counseling myself, or never had counseling in my life. So I can't say I know anything firsthand about that, but I would say if somebody feels that that is helpful, or that they would need to do that, more power to them. I've heard people speak on that and say that it was helpful. They did try to continue to get me to go to counseling, but I refused. I know they can say, well, guys do this or that, but I, at that time, already worked in the field 7 years. I know what they're going to say. We don't need to go through that. I've already did it to myself. I'm going to do it to myself the rest of my life. Yeah, people will say, well, they're going to do this and that, and you don't know. Well, I got to keep moving forward, and I just deal with it how I dealt with it. Maybe it was right, maybe it was wrong. I don't know. But I'm still trying to, you know, I'm not going to say a person is fixed. I think every day we all got to deal with stuff. You know, your life could be going great, and some people, things start spiraling out of control and they don't know what to do. So, like one thing is saying faith, and you know, this too shall pass. It may not be all the way past, but you know, I think it's always a better day, or at least a chance for a better day, you know, tomorrow. So I try to do that, as well as humor is something that I've never been able to stop. Like even when I was in the hospital, I'm calling the doctor, Dr. Doolittle, because they doing very little for me right now. Get them up in here saying that like I'm dealing with it with humor. I just can't help it. That's just part of my personality, and it helps me deal with a lot of things that would be more difficult. Better to laugh than to cry. I'm not the type to sit and dwell on things, or, you know, let it weigh me down. So, but I didn't just start that. So that's probably what helps me to deal with some things, because that was some things that developed in my life at a younger age. You know, growing up, so many things happened in, you know, Chicago growing up, that adversity was like, here we go again, you know. So
Gotcha. Well said. Nita the Diva, talk to me about any memories you have of Jason David Frank and Green Ranger, and just your perspective on mental health. And let me just put this out there for Black females. Probably the group of folks in America that have had to deal with this the most and have coped with it without help has been the African American female. They have been the cutthroat of the damn American society. Everything has been thrown at these women, and they've had to endure it, figure out a way to get through it without help, and are still holding up the backbone of the society right now to this day. So as a Black woman, how do you view mental health and its aspects in being able to prevent people from taking their lives?
Yeah, it's It's tragic. It really is. It's and just like Jay said, I didn't watch the Power Rangers. I am a 78 baby, came out of high school in 96. So yeah, that was not on my radar. Even though I heard of, I heard of it, but I don't have any connection to them. But whenever you hear something where someone is unaliving themselves, that is tragic. It's tragic. Mental health is definitely a real thing. You really have to take care of your mental, and then you have so many different things that you kind of go through in your childhood, your just in the culture as a whole, growing up on the streets, and different things like that. I really want to stress that counseling and therapy is a great tool. I've been in intensive therapy for over 2 years, and I'm still working. It's work. You have to do some work. And so it's really, really hard, but it can be beneficial. Sometimes when people have depressions and stuff like that, sometimes it's a chemical imbalance in your mind, how your brain is just wired and what it does and stuff like that. So you have to get on medication. Some people shy away from that. I know a lot of the Black community, like I go to church, that's my therapy. Some people shy away from therapy. But I think it's really, really, really important. And it's very unfortunate that he lost his life to circumstances that he felt like it was out of his control. But a lot of times I don't like to judge because I've been in the mental state before. And it's nothing easy. It's nothing easy in making that decision. It's nothing, you know what I'm saying? It's really a hard thing. So sometimes people say they took the easy way out. No, I just say I'm glad they are at peace, and hopefully in the next realm somewhere else they're happier for it and all that other stuff. I don't know, but I want people to be at peace. But I really want them to get the help that they need. And so it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but
yeah. What you got, Monique?
I just want to plug something for everybody. For those that want to start therapy, are interested, don't know where to start. There is a website, psychologytoday.com. It's a perfect website. You can search for therapists in your area. You can see their bio, what they specialize in, if they take your insurance, all types of stuff. So psychologytoday.com. It's a start. I know it helped me because it's overwhelming. If you never did it before, you're like, how do I find a therapist? You know what I mean? It can be very overwhelming. So that definitely helped me a lot.
And don't feel like you're stuck with your therapist. These people work for you. And if you don't mesh well with them and you don't feel like, you find someone else. And also to make sure you, if you don't qualify for insurance and stuff, go to your state, local government, try to get on Medicare, Medicaid, whatever, and just try to get the resources to help yourself, because life be lifing, and it's hard. It's not always easy. So just make sure you get your help and try to get as much as you can.
Right. And if you're feeling tough or you're going through a rough patch and you've got trusted people in your corner, just let them know and let them know that you might need some help, and allow them to help you and guide you. I've been put in a situation where I do have great friend circle. I consider you guys friends as well. And, one friend I've been kicking it with here recently has basically said, you know what, life is short. And I've always been one who plans for tomorrow without giving a lot of consideration for life today. And this individual has made me realize that while, yes, I am planning for tomorrow, enjoy today too. Enjoy it. Enjoy today. And so I am starting to do a little bit more of enjoying today and making those gains in that department. So RIP to Jason David Frank. I wish his family all the condolences they could have. Wish his fans all the condolences they can have. I'm putting this helmet down. We're going to move on to the next issue. And people, if something is bothering you, talk to someone you can trust. Don't be afraid to get counseling, and don't be afraid to make a plan so that you can try to work your way out of that problem. Because like Jay said, oftentimes if you can just push through, there's going to always be brighter days when you have to go through the darkness. Let that be your word, and we'll run with it.
Let me say one thing right quick on what you said about damn, I forgot. You said what was the last thing you said right quick before that? Waiting
about also living for today while you're planning for tomorrow.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, man, everybody just enjoy the little things, man. It ain't got to be the big things, you know. Just enjoy the little things, you know.